Hi everyone, welcome to AZ104 Microsoft Azure Administrator Program. AZ104 is a two-star program of Microsoft wherein the first one star is your AZ900. The slides that I will be using across this program is strictly for Microsoft certified trainers. My name is Eva. I'm a cloud solution architect and a Microsoft certified trainer. Before getting into this program, let's try to understand the cloud administrator role. If you see 10 years before, we have separate departments for storage, networking, and servers. But if you see today in cloud world, the basic of cloud infrastructure is a combination of compute, storage, and network. And as an administrator, you need to have deep understanding about individual resources and also the complete IT life cycle. It is also important for you to communicate and coordinate with your vendors. What do you mean by communication here? It's not the language, it is the understanding of compute, storage, and network and map it to the business insight, business problems here. Throughout this course, we will teach you on how to leverage the Microsoft Azure services via Portal, PowerShell, as well as the CLI. And 90% of the time we will be using Portal. If you're from developer expertise, you can also try ARM templates, and that's the JSON template. Microsoft has determined some prerequisites for this course. Whatever which is documented in this page are the prerequisites. But let's be practical. Are all of you from the infrastructure background? Most of you may be, but not all. So we have two different crowd here, people who are well versed with on-premise infrastructure or non-Azure other cloud infrastructure. And we also have some people who are not from infrastructure background. For people who are not from the infrastructure background, I cannot expect you to have the prerequisite which is in this page. So let's do one thing. Before getting into the individual services of Azure and the technical part of it, why not having a 10 minutes discussion on the technology part of it? Not the services, not the technical part, but the technology part, which is the 30,000 feet overview of why. For example, if we take virtual private network, let's start with what is networking, what are all the different types of network, what is IP address, different classification of IP address, how can we subnet and supernet, and then what is the difference between public and private network, and then we will try to understand VPN. By this method, this is also a refresher for people who are from infrastructure and also a new learning for people who are not from infrastructure background. This is the course outline as per Microsoft. However, we have a problem here. The first module is identity. In order to understand hybrid identity, you need to be very good in compute, storage, network, and then Active Directory. Can I expect this from all of you on day one? Absolutely not. Before even understanding identity, we need to understand first how can I navigate across multiple options in the portal, which comes in governance and compliance. How can I avoid mistakes and how can I use my portal better? That comes in Azure administration. And where can I start learning Azure? That comes with Azure virtual machines. So following this order doesn't really make sense all the time. But this is a wonderful course content, and in order to clear AZ104, this is the course which is needed. Hence, I have rearranged the same content in a different logical order. Here is the order. We will start with governance and compliance and Azure administration on day one so that we will get a hold on how to use Azure, how can I avoid mistakes, what are all the options which are there, how can I check my billing. And then we will move on to virtual machines, storage, and we will be spending almost 30% of this time in learning networking, and then we will move on to identity and other options. And with serverless compute, we have wonderful topic of Kubernetes, Azure Kubernetes also. From the exam perspective, whatever we cover on the first 4 days is really very important. all the exam labs are from these two portions, wherein if you learn this well, you will be able to get 60 percentage in the exam, which is minimal. Yeah. Well, the passing percentage is 700 out of 1000. And throughout this exam, you will have multiple choice question and hands-on labs as well. So we will be covering everything in this course. And if you ask for 103 or 104, throughout this course, I will teach you both 103 and 104. It is absolutely up to you to choose if you would like to write 103 or 104. One day, if Microsoft says that they are deprecating 103, no problem, you're already prepared for 104 by the end of this course. Let's get started.